So, a very good fresh morning to all my second year students. So, we are discussing solid state chapter, and most probably we have discussed about the structure of a crystalline solid, including the packing also, and we have discussed the types of voids, triangular, plain triangular voids, tetrahedral voids and octahedral voids. Okay, so in crystalline solid, what happens? Generally, in case of ionic solid, the constituting particles are cations and anions. Okay, so generally the size of anion is larger than compared to the size of cation. We know. So the space that is available inside crystalline solid is very small. So cation, due to its smallest size, it occupies at void, while the anions are generally present at packing sites. Okay, so you can write over here that is cation due to its smallest size occupies at void, while the anion due to its larger size present at packing site, of crystalline solid. Is that clear? So let us find out the radius ratio of different packing. Okay, so first one, that is for radius ratio. Is that clear? Radius ratio for triangular voids. Triangular void. So in triangular void, generally what it is, something like this. This one is one sphere, this one is another sphere, and this one is another sphere. So this void is your triangular void. So in this case, what I am considering, the sphere of each atoms r, that is the radius of sphere. Okay, and small r, that is the radius of void. That clear? So this one is the void. So here, if I connect these two centers, is that okay? So now, if I join each side, this one is A, B, C, is an equilateral triangle. A, B, C is an equilateral triangle. So if I join, and can you tell me about this BC or AB, what is their length? You see here, this is capital R and this one is capital R. So each side having length 2R, that is AB, that is equal to BC, that is equal to AC, that is equal to 2R. Is that clear? So I can join the center of the void with this B, and here draw a perpendicular with this. So this is BOD, let's say BOD. Okay, so in triangle BOD, so this one OB, in triangle BOD, this OB, that will be equal to radius of sphere plus small r. Is that clear? Now this BD, that is equal to r. Is that clear? So now if I consider here cos 30, here this is 60 degree, each 60 degree, and this one will be 30 degree. So if I consider cos 30 degree, that is equal to BDY, hypotenuse, that is OB, that will be equal to BD, that is R, capital R, divided by OB, that will be capital R plus small r. And you know cos 30, that is equal to root 3 by 2. That implies, if I write like this, r plus small r upon capital R, that will be 2 upon root 3. That implies this will be 1 plus small r upon capital R, that is equal to 2 by root 3. That implies this r upon capital R, that will be 2 by root 3 minus 1, that will be equal to 0.155. So this is the radius of cation and radius of anion you can compare, because this small r stands for void where cation present, and r where the radius of a sphere of each constituting site. Okay, so for a plane triangular you can write r plus, in other way r plus upon r minus, you can write like this, that will be equal to 0.155. Is that clear? Similarly for tetrahedral void, you just remember this r plus upon r minus, that will be equal to 0.225. Is that clear? Likewise for octahedral void, so the radius of r plus upon r minus, that will be equal to 0.414. Next, that is for cubic void, that will be r plus upon r minus, that will be equal to your 0.734. Is that clear? So the range can be calculated, the range can be the final conclusion. You just remember this table, that is very important. So I can write, that is final conclusion. You can write types of void, next that is coordination number, and final that one is range of radius ratio. Is that okay? So types of void, first one is triangular. For triangular void, coordination number 3 spheres are there, and radius ratio rule, that is 0.1552. Next one we have got 0.225. Is that clear? So next for tetrahedral, coordination number 4, the ratio will be 0.225 to 0.414. Next, that is octahedral, coordination number 6, so the ratio will be 0.4142 to 0.732. And the final one, that is cubical void, its coordination number is 8, you can say 0.732 to 1.0. Okay, so you just remember this table, very important, that is the radius ratio range for different voids. That means from this ratio you can predict whether a particular size of cation can be fitted in void, in respective void or not. That can be predicted by considering this radius ratio. Is that clear? Okay. Now let us discuss about here structure of ionic solids. Okay, structure of ionic solid. So first one I need to discuss over here, sodium chloride structure, NaCl structure. From radius ratio, it has been observed that here the cation is Na plus, that is the cation, and Cl minus is your anion. Okay, as I have told you, Na plus ion present, the sodium plus ion present in octahedral void. Is that clear? So octahedral void means the coordination number will be 6. You just see, first we have to calculate the number of Na plus and Cl minus ion. So genuinely in case of FCC, so we are considering the FCC unit cell over here. You see, if Na plus ion present at octahedral void. Then tell me octahedral voids are located at edge center and at a body center. So these are Na plus ions, Na plus ions, Na plus ions which are present at edge center, because at octahedral voids and octahedral voids are present at one at body center and another all are present in at edge centers. Okay, and Cl minus ion present at corner and face center that means at packing site. This one is Na plus, 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 and at each face center these are Na plus. Okay, so now just tell me what will be the coordination number of Na plus. Na plus means this one. Na plus ion is surrounded by this Cl minus, and another will be here Cl minus 1, 2, 3, 4, and another touching one, this one 5, and another above 6. So each Na plus is surrounded by 6 Cl minus. So coordination number of Na plus, that is 6. Is that clear? Next, if I consider the coordination number of Cl minus ion, that is present at packing site, then tell me this Cl minus ion, this Cl minus ion, you see this one is associated with this octahedral void, one because Na plus here, second Na plus, another one will be here, that is 3 and 4, 5, and above one 6. So coordination number of Cl minus also 6. Then what about their number of Na plus ion, that will be equal to Na pluses are present at octahedral sites. So number of octahedral void you know, 1 at body center plus for edge centers you can say 1 by 4 into 12. Okay, sharing by 4 unit cells, 1 by 4, that will be 1 plus 3, that will be 4. So number of Na plus ion 4, and number of Cl minus ion present at FCC due to corner 1 into 1 by 8 plus for each face center half into 6. So that will be also 4. So 4 Na plus 4 Cl minus, leading to how many formula units? NaCl, 4 formula units, because 4 Na plus, 4 Na plus, Cl minus, 4 Na. So 4 units of sodium chloride present at in this packing. Okay, so you just remember this one is the structure of NaCl. Next I need to discuss over here, that is your cesium chloride, CaCl. So cation is Cs plus, that is cation, and it present at which present at cubical void, and Cl minus present at BCC, body center. Okay, body centered structure. So the Cl minus present at all corners, So the structure can be like this. This is one cube, and here these are Cl minus ions, all present at corner, and this Cs plus ion present at cubical void, and you know this cubical void is only at the center. This one is Cs. Clear? Now the number of Cs ion only 1, that is at center, and number of, now you just calculate number of Cs plus ions, that is equal to 1 at center. Next, number of Cl minus ions due to corners, 8 into 1 by 8, that is equal to 1 at corners. That clear? So it is BCC structure, and the Cal, cation and anion ratio also 1:1. Next, what about its coordination number? First, coordination number of Cs plus, that is 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and coordination number of each Cl minus also. Here you see, if I compare this particular Ca 1 and here will be 2 and the just back side 3, just back side 4 and above 4. So it is also 8. So 8:8 coordination is there. Okay. So now let us discuss the structure of now we will discuss the structure of zinc blend. Okay. Structure of zinc blend, that is ZnS, zinc blend. The cation, that is Zn2 plus ion, is the cation, and Zn2 plus ions are present generally at cation present at half of the tetrahedral voids. Cation present half of the tetrahedral voids, and S2 minus, this is your anion present at FCC. Okay, so if I consider this FCC, lattice, this one FCC. So here at packing site, these are sulfide ions present at corner and also at face centers. These are sulfide ions. You see, the Zn2 plus ion is present half of the tetrahedral void. You know number of tetrahedral void, that is equal to 8. Number of total tetrahedral voids. Number of tetrahedral voids, that is equal to 8. Since half of tetrahedral void is given to you, so number of Zn2 plus ions, tell me, number of Zn2 plus ions, that is equal to 4. Is that clear? Next, number of S2 minus ions. Number of S2 minus ions. Then tell me, these are present at packing sites. So for FCC, that will be also 4. So how many formula units are there? You see, the Zn2 plus, that is 4. Zn2 plus, Zn2 plus, Zn2 plus and Zn2 plus. And number of sulfide ions, that is also 4. S2 minus, S2 minus, S2 minus, S2 minus. So how many zinc sulfide units are there, formula units? 4 zinc sulfide units are there. Next, what about their coordination number? Coordination number of Zn2 plus. Zn2 plus present in tetrahedral void beta. So tetrahedral void means it's associated with 4 sulfide ions. So it's a coordination number of Zn number, that is also 4. And if I ask you coordination number of your sulfide ion, S2 minus ion, then tell me again, S2 minus ion which are present at packing side also associated with 4 Zn2 plus ion. So here coordination number also 4. So the coordination is 4:4 coordination. 4:4 coordination is there. That clear? Next is very important, that is calcium fluoride. I am saying, let's say structure of CaF2, that is your fluoride structure. Here you just remember Ca2 plus ions, they will occupy at packing site. Here the concept is reverse. Packing site generally, and F minus, it occupy present at F minus ions present at tetrahedral voids. So in voids, anion is there due to its smallest size then compared to calcium. So here you just see, if Ca2 plus ions are present at packing sites in FCC, then number of Ca2 plus ions in FCC, that is 4. Due to face center 3 and face center 3 and due to contribution of corners, so total will be overall 4. So number of F minus ion, you tell me, number of F minus ions that is present in at tetrahedral void, that will be how much? 8. Okay, so how many formula units? Ca2 plus 4, Ca2 plus, Ca2 plus, Ca2 plus and Ca2 plus, 4 Ca2 plus, and each Ca2 plus requires 2 fluorides. So how many calcium fluorides are there? 4 CaF2. will be there. Okay, so this is about the structure of fluoride. Next, antifluoride. You can say antifluoride, that is the reverse case of fluoride. Antifluoride means, if you consider the structure of Fe2O, Fe2, antifluoride. So here the Fe2 plus ions occupy tetrahedral voids and O2 minus at packing site. So here you just see what will be the formula, the number of Fe2 plus ions, number of Fe2 plus ions at tetrahedral void, that will be 8, and number of O2 minus ions, that is at packing site, means 4. So you just see Fe2 plus how many, 8, and O2 ions. So here Fe plus 1. So here the valency of iron you can compare. So in case of antifluoride, let's say I am considering here, that is Na2O. Okay, antifluoride structure, that is Na2O, antifluoride structure. So Na2O, Na plus occupy here tetrahedral void and O2 minus at packing site of FCC, face centered cavity. So number of Na plus ions, as they are present in 8 number of tetrahedral voids, 8, and O2 minus ions, that will be 4. So how many units are there? So you can say that will be 4 Na2. This formula unit of antifluoride. That clear? Next, coordination number, you know, since these are present at tetrahedral voids, so coordination number will be 4. Okay, again for O2 minus, the coordination number again becomes that will be equal to. So here, if you go through the structure, the coordination number of O2 minus will be 8. Coordination number of O2 minus, that will be 8. Okay, how you see, this one is a cube and O2 minus ions are present at the packing site. At packing site, the face center at packing site, and Na plus ions are at a tetrahedral void. So if I target one sphere, you see tetrahedral voids, 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here, alternate diagonal present at diagonals. So if I consider this sphere, then it is touched with this one, again from this side, this one, 4, and above 4. So that will be 8 will be its a coordination number. Is that clear? So these are the structure of your ionic solids. So next we will discuss, that is the defects, very important, defects in crystalline solid. Defects in crystalline solid. So what do you mean by defect? What do you mean by defect? Any irregularities that is obtained in, suppose a crystalline solid, that is this one is plus, I am arranging like this, plus minus plus, or I can write like this, one is A plus, B minus, A plus, B minus, next that is B minus, A plus, B minus, A plus. The regular arrangement in case of crystalline solid, A plus, B minus, A plus, B minus. Let's see. If I suddenly, by heating or by means of anything, if there is loss of any two packing side, let's say this one and let's say this one vanishes. So this is called defect. Any irregularities in the orderly arrangement of a crystalline solid, that is called defect. Okay, the irregularities obtained in the arrangement of a crystalline solid is called defect. It's called defect. And such defects are broadly classified into three types. One is stoichiometric defect, and another one is non-stoichiometric defect, and the last one, that is impurity defect. Let us discuss one by one. That is first one, that is stoichiometric defects. Okay. Stoichiometric defects. So stoichiometric defects means there is no change in the ratio of a cation and anion. Okay, there is no change in the ratio of cation and anion. Okay, that means the formula of crystal remains as usual. How you see this stoichiometric defect? We can proceed through its type also. These are again classified into two categories. Okay, one is Schottky defect, and another one is Frankel defect. So you see, first, in case of Schottky defect, if this one is A plus, this one is B minus, again I can do like this. This is B minus A plus B minus A plus. Okay, connecting this one. So if in Schottky defect, if there is a loss of cation, let's say A plus by any means, and simultaneously there is also a loss of, let's say, B minus. Right now this type of defect is called your Schottky defect. That means equal number of cations and anions are missing from the lattice. Then tell me, if the number of cation and number of anions lost are equal, then definitely there will be no change in their stoichiometric ratio. It remains same. Okay, if one loss of cation is there, then another one loss of anion is there, so no problem. So stoichiometric remains same, no change. And what about its density? Then tell me, density definitely decreases. How? Because you know density, that is equal to mass upon volume, and mass due to loss of ions, definitely mass decreases, so volume remains same, because volume, the dimension of volume is almost same. So this type density decreases in the crystal. And another important characteristic, that is this type of defect is found, this type of defects are found compounds having high coordination number. For example, NaCl. Okay, so high coordination number containing compounds having showing generally your Schottky defect. And next, that is such Schottky defect. In case of a Schottky defect, the size of cation and anion remains same. there is not much more difference. Okay, again, since there is a loss of ions from this lattice, so entropy you can write increases. Entropy increases in Schottky defect. So you see in Frankel defect what happens. So since there is no change in stoichiometry, what happens? Again I am showing over here B minus A plus B minus and A plus B minus is there. So here what happens? One cation can be shifted from here and occupies one of its interstitial site, so that the number of cation remains same and number of anion also remains same. So here a cation can shifted from its original position and occupying at interstitial site. Again then tell me here density, there is no change in mass because that ion is also present within the crystal lattice. So density remains unchanged, and this type of defect is generally found in low coordination number compounds. Okay, found in compounds having low coordination number. There is a much more difference in the size of cation. Okay, the size of, there is a much more difference. There is a much more difference, in the size of cation and anion. Is that clear? Next, in case of Frankel defect, what happens? That is loss of lattice energy there, because here you see oppositely ions are combined together, are nearer to each other. So due to this one, that interaction vanishes, so lattice energy decreases. Lattice energy decreases. Is that clear? Again in Frankel defect, your Schottky defect, due to randomness, random arrangement, entropy also increases. Entropy of the solid increases. Entropy of the solid increases. That clear? So this is about your Schottky defect and Frankel defect. Now we will discuss the non-stoichiometric defects. Non-stoichiometric defect. That is non-stoichiometric defect. Non-stoichiometric defects. So change in the ratio of cation and anion. You can say the chemical composition is changed, and this non-stoichiometric defect can be carried out in two ways. One is by making anionic vacancy, or you can say by metal excess. Non-stoichiometric defect can be carried out by making anionic vacancy, or you can say by metal excess. This is called metal anionic vacancy, and or you can increase the metal. That is your non-stoichiometric defect. So for example, let us consider first one, that is your by making anionic vacancy. So anionic vacancy means, suppose a crystal is like this, A plus B minus. That clear? A plus B minus. This one, that is B minus, A plus B minus, A plus, like this. Again A plus B minus, A plus B minus. like this one. That clear? So the change in ratio of cation and anion, you just see here, if by making anionic vacancy. So anionic vacancy means suppose 1 B minus dislocated from here. Is that clear? By making anionic vacancy. So now what happens? This vacancy position will be occupied by extra electron. That's why the electrical neutrality is maintained in the crystal. And this electron particularly, this free electron, this electron particularly absorbs the radiation and transmitted some radiation of different wavelength. That's why crystals are found to be colored due to this anionic vacancy defect. You see, definitely the number of cation anion will be very over here, and where this electron comes, suppose I am considering sodium chloride crystal. So sodium chloride crystal Na plus Cl minus Na plus Cl minus. Now this one is Na plus, Cl minus. This one is Cl minus Na plus, Cl minus Na plus. That clear? Next, this is Na plus, likewise. Okay, so if what happens, if this crystal is passed through sodium vapor, if this crystal is passed through sodium vapor, so what happens, this Na get converted into Na plus loss of one electron, and this Na plus ion take this Cl minus ion from here, and this extra electron occupy this position. So this position will be occupied by this electron. Okay, so this situation, this electron that is located at this vacant space, that is called F center. This one is called F center. Okay, and next we will discuss, and this free electron absorbs radiation and impart color. In case of sodium crystal, here the yellow color is located in case of this sodium chloride structure. Next, that is metal excess defect. Metal excess defect means if you place metal atom externally, like this, you see, if Na plus here, next Cl minus Na plus, Cl minus, Cl minus, Na plus, Cl minus. Likewise, the regular arrangement of crystalline solid, just see, Na plus, Cl minus, Na plus, Cl minus. That clear? Next, that is Cl minus, Na plus, Cl minus, Na plus. This one is a crystalline solid, let's say. Then here what happens, if you let's say this is zinc oxide, Zn oxide crystal, zinc oxide crystal, ZnO. Okay, if you hit this ZnO, then that will be converted into Zn2 plus. Suppose here, sorry, I am not considering NaCl, any crystal, you just imagine A, B, if I consider like zinc oxide crystal ZnO. That clear? So here you see this Zn2 plus half O2 get eliminated, since this one is a gas with the loss of 2 electrons. Right now you see, if this one is A plus B minus, 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 B minus, A plus B minus, A plus. You see this one. Suppose this Zn2 plus ion occupies at interstitial site. So 2 units of positive charge is there, and these 2 electrons can occupy at some other interstitial sites. Okay, so this here the number of cations and anion also varies, and due to presence of such free electrons in these crystals, it behave as a semiconductor. It behave as a semiconductor. Okay. Next, the final defect, that is your impurity defect. The final defect, that is impurity defect. Impurity defect. So impurity defect means, suppose a genuine regular crystal, that is NaCl, I am saying, suppose NaCl crystal contains some, let's say, strontium chloride. When this mixture is subjected to heat, this one very less extent, less amount, okay, then is subjected to coal. When this mixture is subjected to coal, clear? So this Sr2 plus ions enters into the sodium chloride lattice. See, suppose this one is Na plus Cl minus, again this one is Na plus Cl minus, next that one is Cl minus Na plus Cl minus Na plus, and here Na plus Cl minus Na plus Cl minus, Cl minus Na plus Cl minus Na plus, like this one. Then one of your Na plus in this crystal, what happens? One impurity means you have added any external substance, that is, let's say, strontium chloride. So one of this Na plus get eliminated in its position, and that will be occupied by one strontium, that is valency 2 positive is there. Then in order to maintain electrical neutrality, what happens? One Cl minus can be omitted from its lattice. That's clear? To maintain electrical neutrality. This is called impurity defect. Impurity defect. And impurity, which one is impurity? That is your strontium. Sr2 plus is your impurity. Okay. So this is all about your solid state chemistry. Okay, go through it. Thank you.